Surprisingly, in contrast to the pro-education stance of the United States, most people in the United States do not have a college education. According to the US Census in 2008, 37.9% of people ages 25 to 64 had a college education. That percentage climbed to 45.3% in 2014. Within those 6 years, the steady increase shown still persists today, and that's because employers are now making college somewhat of an essential requirement. But as the demand for a college education increases, so does the cost of tuition prices. The prices of tuition are leaving students in debt that take a whole lifetime to pay off. With this, the cost of college tuition must decrease. According to College Board, college tuition prices rose 9% from 2011 to 2017. This is a problem because as the prices of tuition increase, not everyone can afford the cost, thus making people take out loans and end up drowning in debt. In 2016, the average college graduate was estimated to have about $37,000 in student debt loan. This was up 6% from the previous year. There is an estimate of about 44.2 million Americans with some kind of student loan debt. Colleges are now asking a price that are making students question, is a college degree really worth the cost? Why don't I just settle for my high school degree? Well, unfortunately, a college degree is no longer a luxury. It's a necessity. Employers are requiring and demanding higher education from their employees. A study done by CareerBuilder.com supported this demand, showing that 27% of employers have raised their educational background requirements in the past 5 years. This is a problem because those requirements increased people ultimately having no other option but to decide to pursue a college education that is expensive and pricey. Today, with the increase in college tuition, a college degree is no longer affordable to the average American, like we've discussed, and thus disproportionately affecting the middle and lower socioeconomic classes. When people are unable to earn a degree because the costs are unaffordable, it keeps them from being able to compete with those who do have a college degree, and those who can afford a college degree. In other words, those who have a college degree are much more likely to secure higher paying jobs, stable jobs, over those who have a high school diploma. This then leaves the middle and lower socioeconomic classes. Individuals are working minimum wage jobs or even jobless because they're unable to provide a college diploma to a potential employer. The cost of college tuition has been increasing since the 70s, and chances are if it's not affecting you, it will someday affect you because college tuition prices are still increasing, and the demand isn't going down, so whether you have to go through college or put a child through college, money is going to come out of your pocket at some point in your lifetime. In order to fix the problem of college tuition being too expensive, one must construct a policy such as this to make it affordable through directing funds from the United States budget into the educational department. One way to do this is by subsidizing public college education by pulling funds from another place within the United States budget. One place that funds could ultimately be pulled from is the expansive military budget. The United States defense budget is one of the largest in the world. Defense is no doubt an important piece of protection in the United States, but there's an exceptional amount of money that one could direct to education. In 2016, the U.S. spent $70 billion on education. Now that seems a lot, right? But it's just 6% of the United States budget. While the United States that year, the United States spent $598 billion on defense, which is a whole 54% of our nation's budget. If we just took half of the defense budget and gave it to the Department of Education, we could provide 20.5 million students who attended college in 2016 with $30,000 to go to their college tuition. By analyzing where other nations spend their money through their budget, there is a common theme. Some invest more money into their education over defense, but still manage to thrive with better educated individuals and safer countries. We can use these nations as somewhat of a template to support the success of adopting this potential policy and to change in order to decrease the prices of college tuition. Switzerland. In 2016, Switzerland's federal budget consisted of 11% dedicated to education, while 6.9% was dedicated to defense. PISA, P-I-S-A, is a worldwide exam that is known internationally as a good barometer for ranking educational standards within certain countries. It tests students on math, science, and reading. When using this test, one can see, according to the results, that Switzerland scored much higher in science and math than the United States. Average tuition rates in Switzerland are around $16,000 per year. And from these statistics, it becomes easy to infer that if there's more money put into education, that there's potential for individuals to become more educated. This is because with more money comes more opportunities for extra resources that can be accessible to everyone. And one of those extra resources could be decreasing college tuition. By diverting money from the defense budget in the United States and putting it into education, it would allow us for the opportunity to decrease college tuition and allow for more people to afford to go to college. When looking at other countries like Switzerland, who have a budget where most of their money is focused on education, they succeed. The priority in the United States is not education, but in order to be able to compete with nations such as Switzerland, we must make it one. The policy would open up the gates for more people to pursue an affordable college education. There are many benefits that would come out of adopting this policy. If we lowered college tuition, then we would create a stronger middle class, and less individuals would be spending their lives paying off student loans, and less people would be unemployed. And because less people are unemployed, that means that less people are using Medicare, which ultimately takes out of everyone's pockets when they pay taxes. Other benefits from adopting this policy would be there would be an overall increase in intelligence amongst the United States population. This is a significant benefit because intelligence can go a long way. When we open up the possibilities for people to explore knowledge in medicine or education in medicine and science and math, we can change the world as we know it today and increase our overall understanding. Another benefit is that college is a place where people can find their passions and their interests. And when people are working and doing something that they enjoy, it makes them happy employees. And why wouldn't you want someone who enjoys their job every day compared to someone who comes into work complaining every day? Unfortunately, one individual cannot fix the problem of the unaffordable cost of college tuition. But together we can get involved in different ways that can alter the way we spend our funds. One way that we can change is by becoming politically active and caring about our vote. There's several ways that you can be politically active, from a scale of signing a petition or even starting a petition. It's a good way to get communities involved. It's a good way to get people talking and expressing their opinions, to calling your representative and getting a bunch of your friends who care about this issue. Calling your representative or writing to him is a good way to show him that there is a problem and that he needs to take it to a higher level because a lot of people care about this issue and it does have other issues that it's affecting. Staying informed is also a good way. Watching the news or reading the news and telling a person when or where they should support or what they should do with their vote. Being educated on this topic of what the unaffordable cost of college tuition does to people is very important, and it can go a long way. In order to fix the problem at the top, we must start small by gathering support to show that the problem is severe. One day, the government will realize our country will fail if we consist of a nation full of individuals drowning in debt, lacking education, or being deprived of the ability to grow as a member of society. Thank you.